Mindfulness is all about the present moment. The map that George has drawn is the doorway to freedom and the road to a golden civilization. So we hadn't planned really to talk about the map of mindfulness at all, but if you will indulge me, I really, just on the personal side, it the illustrations really hit me.
Yeah.
And they were part of really what I was saying earlier, that kind of has taken me to a whole nother level. And this idea of the present moment, and that everything virtuous is underneath, just waiting for you and your entrepreneurial spirit to rise up and come out. And that really is just it's been wonderful.
Whew. That's a thrill to hear for me, Ross, and thank you so much for sharing and for your dedication to understand it. It's not an easy concept at first because for you,
No,
yeah, right? Yeah,
no, it took me some time. I bought the book and I went, oh, I don't know about this. I'm not ready for that. And then a couple of years later, I came back and here I was ready for it.
yeah, yeah. I try to talk about it everywhere I go and to show an image of it. I
Yeah,
don't have an
I
image
have
right here.
it.
Yeah, you've got it in your book. Uh,
Yeah,
Maybe show one of the ones that you like in particular. There are a whole bunch of them in
I
the
know
Civilization book.
there are.
Um, but so you'll see that it has a time and space kind of at the top. Maybe go toward
Mhm.
the end of the of that first section of the
Yeah,
book.
I got it.
Of the
Now I have to
mindfulness
get the
section.
glasses on.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Well, this is the conscious universe one.
There you go. All right, cool. And lower the book just a bit because there you want the whole thing. So there you have it. And the top oval is time and space. It's like the grid. It's a Cartesian grid. That's easy to analyze, wonderful for science. It's also where we put all our stories of ourselves. It's our history and our projections of the future, our history of the past. And but it's only the present moment we've ever experienced.
Yeah.
And this was the astonishing thing that I realized. And I said, wow, that map is all wrong. Where's the present moment in that top oval? It's not
Yeah,
there. It's so ephemeral. And so, if the present moment's the only thing we've really experienced, shouldn't it be the center of a map
yeah.
of the universe, of how the universe operates? And so I designed this, and the
Where is
inspiration
it?
for it came from. There's another one. Here we go. Yeah, there you go. And you see going down. You see down at the base. You see virtues and great spirit and rest and inner peace and spaciousness, and also self-knowledge. And there's also this development of selflessness happening down there.
Yeah,
And and there's it's incredible, and it's driven by the our relationship to that present moment.
yeah,
So right now, for most of us, we are awake some of the time, and wow, isn't this cool? And but a lot of the time, we're like, what was I just saying? And how did I get here? And we're driven by our responsibilities or our to-do lists or our text messages or our emails. We're driven, and there is what I call, I think of the present moment as being a mirror of either awakening
hmm,
or of forgetfulness.
yeah,
And how do we wake up? How do we get it? Because if it's of awakening, then we can make the top oval into a golden civilization, into something really significant and wonderful, rich. And if we're constantly reactive, well, you've got kind of wars, and you've got divorce, and you've got,
yeah,
just driven by material things, and just thinking, and no feeling, no heart, no
yeah,
spirit. So one of the secrets of mindfulness and meditative work is that and mindfulness in particular, mindfulness is primarily a focus on the present moment. It's hard to be there because it goes so quickly, right? But it's a constant returning to the present moment. And as we do that, we're letting go of all of our self thoughts, of all of our cravings and our pushings away. And We're letting go of all that. And so we're cultivating selflessness at the same time that we're cultivating the energy of
Mm,
the present moment. That's extraordinary because selflessness we think of as being very peaceful, being deep, spiritual perhaps. And the present moment is more alert and energized. Well, you're cultivating both of those in a
mhm.
great mindfulness practice. That's amazing. And your description, Ross, is one of the best I've heard from outside the book, of course. But but it's, the virtue is at the base that when you let go of the self as you're practicing mindfulness, you're going down to that bottom half of the map of mindfulness. And down there is the realm of selflessness, of virtue, of kindness, of generosity, of courage,
Yeah.
of peace, of spirit. And so the more that you practice a mindfulness type of practice, you get both that energy and you get this richness
Mhm.
of goodness basically coming up. That's what we want, and that's what we need for a sustainable civilization.
I feel with your funnel, the closer I get to that present moment, like I'm swirling down,
Yeah.
then all of the noise just starts to reduce and it becomes more focused and more focused.
Yeah, right on.
Yeah.
One of my favorite practices, and it's where I mentioned that I really, I think of my legacy as often being the poetry and photography that I have now put into actually six books, but they're all about how to practice mindfulness in nature and
Mm.
experience the present moment in nature. What a wonderful thing to live in California.
Yeah.
I often thought, I spent a lot of time in Hawaii and then a lot of time in Massachusetts and sometime over in London as well. But I often thought in the early days after I discovered Hawaii, because then I bought a home over there, and I often thought, gosh, if I'd discovered California before I discovered Hawaii, I might have just lived in one place. Wouldn't that have been cool? But anyway, you've got wonderful nature there.
Yeah.
And so, every moment is changing in it. So it's
Mm.
it's delivering us into the present moment all the time.